Let's start with our first news. Khamzat recently had a surprising and completely unplanned run-in with Jiří Procházka during a training session, and the moment quickly turned intense. According to Khamzat, he had no idea Jiří would be at the gym. He was simply traveling with his team, staying consistent with his camp routine, and getting a workout in, something he always does, no matter where he is. Out of nowhere, they found themselves sharing the same space with one of the most dangerous light heavyweights in the world. The unexpected meeting instantly brought tension, mainly because this wasn't their first interaction. There is already history between the two fighters. Khamzat has previously claimed that he dominated Jiří in sparring, a statement that clearly didn't sit well with the former champion. That past claim has added a layer of personal rivalry, making this random encounter feel much bigger than just coincidence. As soon as Khamzat saw Jiří, he didn't hesitate. He immediately asked him to spar, putting the pressure on right there in the moment. However, according to Khamzat, Jiří refused. He described Jiří as looking nervous, almost like he was anticipating something to happen. When asked to spar, Jiří reportedly made excuses, saying he had to leave before quickly exiting the situation. Khamzat didn't hold back when sharing his thoughts, claiming that Jiří ran away and looked completely scared during the encounter. Whether that's an accurate read or just Khamzat's perspective, it has definitely added more heat to their already growing tension. This situation becomes even more interesting when considering Khamzat's long-discussed plans to move up to the light heavyweight division in the future. If that happens, Jiří could very realistically be standing in his way, possibly even holding the belt, making this a potential high-stakes clash down the line. For now, Khamzat remains focused on his immediate path. A dominant win over Strickland could open the door for something massive, including a chance to move up and chase a second title. With limited exciting matchups left at middleweight, the UFC could be tempted to fast-track that opportunity. At the same time, fighters like Nardin Imavov are lining up for their own shot at the belt, although that matchup hasn't exactly generated huge excitement among fans. Still, the next few months are shaping up to be crucial, with major fights and divisional shifts likely to define what comes next in the UFC landscape. Move on to another news. Arman has made his intentions crystal clear regarding his next fight, and he's aiming straight for a big moment. In a recent interview, Arman revealed that if the UFC gives him the freedom to choose his opponent, there is one name at the top of his list: Charles Oliveira. Not just for any fight, but specifically for the BMF title, a belt that represents toughness, durability, and elite-level fighting spirit. Arman explained his reasoning in a very direct way. With Ilia already scheduled for another fight, that option is off the table for now. This leaves Charles, who is currently ranked number 3 and holds the BMF belt, as the perfect target. In Arman's eyes, everything lines up. The rankings, the timing, and the storyline all make this matchup feel like a natural next step. But Arman didn't stop there. He made it very clear that he doesn't just want the fight, he truly believes the BMF title belongs to him more than it does to Charles. That level of confidence is something he has consistently shown throughout his career, and this situation is no different. He sees himself as the more complete fighter, the one who can bring more intensity, pressure, and control inside the octagon. Adding even more fuel to this potential clash is their history. Arman reminded everyone that he has already defeated Charles once before. That previous win gives him a strong mental edge heading into a possible rematch. In his mind, it's proof that he already knows how to beat him, and if they meet again, the result will be the same, only more dominant. This call-out isn't just about rankings or belts, it's about making a statement. Arman wants to step into a high-profile fight, take on a respected name, and walk away with a title that symbolizes more than just victories. It represents heart, toughness, and the willingness to go through war. With the lightweight division constantly shifting and new matchups forming, this potential rematch is already gaining attention. If the UFC decides to move in this direction, it could easily turn into one of the most exciting and emotionally charged fights in the division, with both fighters having something big to prove. Move on to another news. Dana White has finally reacted to the heated altercation between Jiří Procházka and Josh Hokit, and his response gives a clear look into how these moments are viewed behind the scenes. Speaking about the incident, Dana didn't seem overly shocked. In fact, he acknowledged that this kind of drama often brings a certain level of attention and excitement, especially from the fans. According to Dana, situations like this naturally build hype. Fans love the tension, the chaos, and the unexpected confrontations. It adds an extra layer of entertainment outside the cage, something that keeps people talking and engaged. Moments like these spread quickly, generating buzz across the MMA world, and in many ways, they help promote upcoming fights without needing much extra effort. However, Dana also made it very clear that while fans may enjoy it, not everyone feels the same way. The athletic commissions, sponsors, and officials behind the scenes are not fans of these kinds of altercations. For them, it creates unnecessary risk and potential complications. These organizations prefer things to stay professional and controlled without situations escalating into something more serious. The incident itself had some intense and even bizarre moments. During the exchange, Josh Hokett reportedly made aggressive comments, including threats involving a lightsaber, which quickly caught attention due to how unusual and over-the-top it sounded. The situation escalated verbally, with tensions rising fast before things could go any further. Despite all of that, Dana gave his take on Jiri's personality, and it paints a completely different picture. He described Jiri as someone who is incredibly cool and calm, a fighter who doesn't usually get involved in this kind of behavior. According to Dana, Jiri isn't the type to go around looking for trouble or creating drama. Instead, he carries himself with a composed and laid-back attitude, which makes this situation stand out even more. Dana even mentioned that from his own experience, he has always had a good time interacting with Jiri. That further reinforces the idea that this altercation might have been more situational rather than a reflection of Jiri's true character. In the end, while the moment created buzz and gave fans something to talk about, it also highlights the balance the UFC has to maintain between entertainment and professionalism. Moments like these may grab headlines, but they also come with risks that the organization has to carefully manage moving forward. Move on to another news. UFC updates are heating up as UFC 327 approaches in just a few days, and the event is already gaining massive attention for more than just the fights. With anticipation building, a major surprise guest appearance has now been confirmed, adding even more excitement to Fight Week. During a recent appearance on a live stream with Aiden Ross, Dana White revealed a major detail that immediately caught everyone's attention. He confirmed that Donald Trump will be in attendance at UFC 327. The announcement quickly spread across the MMA world, sparking discussion and curiosity about the significance of his presence at the event. UFC 327 is scheduled to take place in Miami, Florida, a city known for hosting big fight nights and high-energy crowds. The location itself already guarantees a massive atmosphere, but the addition of such a high-profile guest has taken the hype to another level. Miami has consistently been one of the UFC's most electric destinations, and this event is shaping up to be no different. Dana White pointed out that the location also makes perfect sense for Donald Trump's attendance. With his estate in Mar-a-Lago, located relatively close to Miami, the travel distance is minimal, making it a natural appearance for him to attend one of the UFC's biggest events of the year. This kind of crossover between sports and political figures is nothing new for the UFC, but it always brings extra attention whenever it happens. Events like this often attract celebrities, athletes, and public figures from all backgrounds, adding more spotlight to the fight card and increasing global interest. As UFC 327 gets closer, the excitement continues to build, not just around the matchups inside the octagon, but also around the star power surrounding the event. With major names expected in attendance and the fight card stacked with talent, Miami is set to host another memorable night for MMA fans around the world. Move on to another news. Demetrious Johnson has officially given high praise to Khamzat after a recent training session, and the comments are getting serious attention across the MMA world. When one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time speaks about another athlete, it naturally carries extra weight and respect. Recently, Demetrious Johnson traveled to California, where he spent time training alongside Khamzat. Despite the massive size difference between them, DJ still stepped onto the mats and went through grappling exchanges. It's not every day you see a fighter of his level willingly engage in live rounds with someone significantly bigger and physically stronger. But that's exactly what happened. Earlier footage already showed Khamzat getting the better of the exchanges and securing a quick submission over DJ during grappling. However, New angles and additional clips from a different camera have now surfaced, showing more of what actually went down in the session. The intensity of the rolls quickly stood out, with Khamzat controlling positions and using his strength and pressure in dominant fashion. During the session, the atmosphere remained competitive but respectful. DJ could be heard reacting in real time, acknowledging just how strong Khamzat felt during the exchanges. Despite giving up size and power, DJ continued to push through the rounds, showing why he is considered one of the most skilled fighters in MMA history. At one point, the grappling sequence ended with Kant locking in control and forcing another rapid finish. DJ reacted with surprise, noting how powerful his opponent was in those positions. Even in a controlled training environment, the physicality of Khamzat clearly made an impact. Beyond grappling, the two also spent time working on pads and light sparring. It was during these moments that Demetrius Johnson gave deeper insight into what impressed him the most. According to him, Khamzat's footwork stood out immediately. He explained that many fighters stay flat and stationary when hitting pads, but Khamzat constantly moved, shifted angles, and created openings while striking. DJ highlighted that Khamzat wasn't just throwing combinations, but actively transitioning off angles, mixing movement with offense, and showing real fight IQ during drills. He also noted that Khamzat's timing, pressure, and overall stamina were very strong throughout the entire session. Coming from a fighter like Demetrius Johnson, this level of praise adds serious credibility to Khamzat's rising reputation as one of the most dangerous and well-rounded fighters in the sport today. Move on to another news. Ilia has finally broken his silence on the ongoing retirement rumors and the situation around his next major fights, giving fans a clearer picture of what is really happening behind the scenes. In a recent interview with a Spanish reporter ahead of the UFC White House card, he opened up about several key topics, including scheduling changes, opponent switches, and his mindset heading into one of the biggest moments of his career. He revealed a major detail about the original plan for his next fight. According to Ilia, he was initially scheduled to face Islam Makhachev in a massive lightweight clash. However, a last-minute injury forced a significant change in plans, leading to a different direction for the card. Instead of that matchup, he will now compete in a lightweight title unification bout against Justin Gaethje, a fight that still carries huge stakes and attention. Despite the sudden switch, Ilia made it clear that his focus and excitement have not dropped at all. He showed respect toward Justin Gaethje, recognizing his toughness, experience, and legacy inside the sport. At the same time, Ilia confidently stated that he believes his technical ability is on another level, and he expects to finish the fight in the first round, showing complete belief in his skills and preparation. Ilia also addressed the growing retirement rumors that have been circulating recently. He shut them down completely, making it clear that he has no intention of stepping away from the sport anytime soon. He explained that he will continue fighting as long as he still enjoys the process, trains with passion, and feels motivated to compete at the highest level. The opportunity to fight at the White House South Lawn was also a major talking point. Ilia described it as something truly extraordinary, calling it a once-in-a-lifetime experience. He emphasized that this is not just another fight card for him, but a historic moment in the sport, and he fully understands the magnitude of the stage he is stepping onto. In terms of preparation, Ilia's training camp began in Madrid before shifting to Miami, where he is now completing the final stages of his preparation. From there, he will travel to Washington for what is being described as one of the biggest events in UFC history, with global attention locked on the card and its headline matchups. Move on to another news. Dana White has finally broken his silence on Arman's position in the UFC lightweight title picture, and his comments give a clear look into where things currently stand. While discussing Arman, Dana praised him for staying active and continuing to build momentum inside the division. He noted that Arman has done a good job of keeping his name relevant and staying in the conversation as the lightweight landscape continues to shift. Dana also mentioned that Arman's recent public appearances and media presence have helped him stay visible, adding that hanging out with Nina doesn't hurt his popularity either. He pointed out that she brings attention wherever she goes, and that kind of visibility can only benefit a fighter trying to stay in the spotlight. However, Dana also made it clear that Arman needs to stay controlled when showing up at events, warning that he cannot afford to act like a maniac. if he wants to stay in good standing. Despite that warning, Arman remains firmly in the mix for major fights as the lightweight division continues to evolve. His name is still being discussed in connection with top contenders and potential title scenarios, especially as the UFC evaluates what comes next after the biggest fights of the year play out. The segment also included Arman's own words, where he once again pushed for high-profile opportunities. He expressed frustration and confidence, pointing out that he has already beaten Charles Oliveira before and questioning why the matchup should not be revisited for a bigger opportunity like the BMF title. In his eyes, he has already proven himself and now deserves another major chance to climb even higher. Dana White was also asked directly about what comes next for Arman. He responded that he likes what Arman has been doing lately, especially his increased activity and willingness to stay engaged both inside and outside the cage. He emphasized that Arman is doing the right things to stay relevant in the title conversation, even if nothing is guaranteed yet. However, Dana also made it clear that matchmaking will depend on how each event unfolds. As he explained, everything can change quickly depending on results, injuries, and timing, meaning future opportunities for Arman will be decided step by step as the year progresses. For now, Arman remains in a strong position, but still waiting for the UFC to make the final call on his next big move in the lightweight division.